Bridgerton, Season 1, Episode 6. Guys, let's have a conversation. Let's have a talk. Mano y mano. So the last 2 episodes of Bridgerton, it seems like that they were being attacked by YouTube. They were blocked. They were, well, I think one was actually blocked. Both of them had to be edited down. I think there was only 2 episodes that they bothered. I'm pretty sure I'm editing it right. I'm gonna probably have to edit it again. It also deals with music. When I talk to YouTube about it, because it is a Netflix property, and Netflix is actually very good to reactors. I've always had a very, very good standing with Netflix. I find them as amazing when it deals with reaction and using their content. But YouTube is doing what YouTube does. You guys know how I feel. If you are new to this channel, I'm not the biggest fan of YouTube. I just use their platform. No shade, no tea. But yes, so Bridgerton has been attacked. I had to edit both of those down. There's pretty much nothing left of the reaction. And then let's have another conversation. I thought I put episode 5 for my Patreon and my channel members, but it seems as though I cannot find it anywhere. So this is my solution to both. I'm going to edit this episode down drastically. So it's probably not going to look alike. If I hear any type of music in it, it's gonna be, I'll probably avoid it at all costs. I try to give you guys the best content. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Don't blame me, blame YouTube. You know how they are. They're a corporation now. So I'm gonna have to edit it down. And since I can't, and it will be available, let me do my little spiel. If you would like to see it in a full reaction, guys, it will be available for my 2nd and 3rd tier here on this platform that will always copyright my shit, as well as my other platform, Patreon. So once again, if you want to see this in a full reaction, please join the channel, and most likely it will be blocked or copywritten, which means it will be edited down even more than what it originally was. So if you want to see a full reaction, guys, please join one of those platforms, rather Patreon, today. What I could do for episode 5 is continue to look for episode 5 of Bridgerton, but if I cannot find it, I would love to, if you guys are interested, we could do a watch along, which is, well, not really. It'll be me watching it again, and just filming it again and putting out the full reaction for you guys. And like, I have obviously seen the episode, but at least you'll still be able to see it, and I would love to see it again. So if you would like me to do that, you guys could DM me on Patreon in my inbox, or you guys could reach out to me on Discord, or add me guys onto Instagram. It's really rare I check my DMs on Instagram, but you guys could always add me onto Instagram and we could talk there. But yes, let me know if you guys are interested in me doing that, a full reaction for episode 5 and redoing it again if I cannot find it. If I find it, then all praise be to the higher power. I feel like this light is getting brighter and brighter, so I'm gonna have to dim it the holy hell down. I feel like I'm going to the gates of heaven at this very exact moment. Okay, I'm ready to jump into this. So far, you guys know I love this show. They're married, they're living their best lives. I don't know what can go wrong. Their sex scene was hysterical. It makes you not want to have sex anymore. Shout out to them. One virgin at a time. Boop, boop. But I'm ready to jump into this episode to wrap up this season. There's 2 more episodes to go, and then we're going to be done with this season and jumping right into the next season. And I do know there is the Queen Charlotte. She has a series. Somebody DM'd me, talking about DMs, they said that the show was boring, but I don't know anything about it. And Queen Charlotte obviously is the queen that they would obviously made a show about. So I have no idea. If you guys are interested in me after we're done with season 2, just remind me if you guys would like us to get into the Queen Charlotte. There's a lot of new shows that are going to be coming back on this summer, which I'm super excited for. I think it's Heartbreakers, and Young Royals will be coming soon. If you guys are interested in those 2 shows, I'm like super excited. Anyways, guys, let's jump into Bridgerton and find out exactly what Bridgerton has got to give.
Felicitations to the new Duke and Duchess of Hastings. Exhilarating time in a young couple's life. finally leaving watchful eyes behind.
Welcome to Cliveden, Your Grace. It has been so long.
I'm looking forward to making your acquaintance, Mrs. Colson.
Thank you, Your Grace.
I have plans of my own for my new bride.
What?
I want to show you the bedroom.
Yours or mine?
Certainly miss its most remarkable couple back in London.
Penelope.
I wonder what Daphne's doing at this very moment.
Perhaps if you devoted as much time to your reporting lessons as you did to writing in your journal, you might feel rather better. The Queen herself has charged me with discovering Miss Flair's identity, and you would not have me because Her Majesty large.
I have asked Miss Marina Thompson to be my wife, and she has accepted.
People are looking, dear. Congratulate the happy couple.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking you would probably respond like this, and how little I would care to hear.
Do you think this is a joke?
I'm a gentleman.
Then why ever would you...
Why does anyone marry, brother? You really are an ass, do you know that?
This is what comes of not sowing your wild oats.
It's not my fault, nor Marina's, that you cannot fathom true attachment. If I caused Mother discomfort today, I am sorry for it. I do not require your permission to marry Miss Thompson. I prefer to have your blessing.
Then I'm afraid I must disappoint you.
In more ways than one.
Would we get anything else done at all? Start learning the lie of the land.
You are already Duchess of all this.
I suspect Mrs. Colson shall always resent me if I do not take her talk. And nothing in this house shall run smoothly.
Okay.
Your Grace?
Your Grace.
Letters from farm tenants begging an audience with Your Grace.
Very well.
Gift from Her Majesty Queen Anne,
For his military triumphs against the French.
morning room, where the former Duchess preferred to take tea with visitors.
Forward to hosting our first ball. But I believe it would be prudent to wait.
Indeed, Your Grace. You wish to redecorate? Certainly, Your Grace.
Give the servants some time off to attend as well.
There is much to be done.
And more reason to allow them some respite then. It was beautiful.
Thoughtful, too. A perfect Duchess. And here is the nursery.
Should we move on? I'm certain there is much left to see.
What if she'll get pregnant? Ew, what is that?
In your pardon, Your Grace, the late Duke preferred a formal table.
Mrs. Colson's tour today was exceptional.
Oh God, look at this food. That's asparagus. I love
Is anything
asparagus.
wrong?
You're so far away.
There now. Much better, yes. I would hate to change anything you are particularly attached to.
Then you may change it all. Paper the drawing room in flamingo pink tulle. I'm sure I shall love it.
Does this meet your approval? Your Grace, should we go upstairs? Where are we going?
Out!
Does that hurt? Oh, I knew.
I feel as you feel. Absolutely wonderful.
Activities are quite spirited. I believed his physical inability to have children,
Causing such difficult entanglements.
I'm quite glad to say I was wrong.
Oh, just give it back.
Oh, good morning.
Very well. Everyone else, I think.
Yes.
I did say I was sorry.
I suppose I ought to be relieved I found out before Lady Whistledown. But you flirt with plenty of young ladies. You always have. Never in earnest.
Until now.
I'm not sure I've ever seen you so solemn and serious. I was not prepared to let another of you fly the nest so soon.
Especially with Eloise. Good luck with that one.
I'm sure all of our fortunes are about to change.
Especially Colin's.
Go ahead, girl.
You look very lovely today, Penelope.
Do not mock me.
I do not pity you, Penelope. I respect you, and I rely on your continued friendship and sympathy.
My continued silence, you mean?
I never would have made my way through this awful tangle without your kindness.
I would never bring scandal on you or our family, if that is what you ask.
Marina, time for the modiste. We must see to your trousseau.
Between the two of them, they really will make the most beautiful baby.
He is not the father.
Do not laugh at him. She makes a fool of him already.
You are no fun anymore.
I feel
You will
bad.
look so very lovely with it pinned up next season.
I understand we are here on the matter of dropping our head.
Precisely. You must call me Violet now. I insist.
Is this not just delightful? Join us tomorrow night. You and dear Colin and the Viscount.
Now, I shall need to steal Madame de la Croix away for a moment.
I was clear to your maids at your line of credit.
Allow me to stop you there. Miss Thompson, soon to be Bridgerton, her gown, and the other items for her trousseau.
Perhaps you might find another tailoress more to your liking across town.
Unique accent, and yet I've never asked where in France you're from. Ma mère était française, vous savez. Et je ne suis pas bonne par votre numéro. More amenable to our requests now, Lady Featherington. Très bon.
And What is the prize for the winner?
Why, slaughter, of course.
It is after careful consideration. I hereby decree every pig such a winner that none should be slaughtered.
Why, these are delicious. We must order some Cliveden.
With the rents being tripled, we're struggling to put food on the table, showing his face since your father passed. God rest his gracious soul.
I'm sure we can find a solution to these difficulties.
There, child, no need to cry.
We'll hear you all the way in London, if not all the way to France.
Oh, please stand. You should not be stooping in your condition.
I should have returned soon to see that things are in order. Did not realize my absence would be felt this way.
I hope it did not pain you too much to see me with those children. When I'm actually in the presence of children, I forget all about my own concerns. You know, my abundant family will be good for at least one thing in future. We'll have more screaming infants in our lives than we know what to do with.
You will be a splendid aunt.
I have all that I want just here.
If I had such luck.
She has a grace, the poise with her walk.
Tonight, I shall need to raise the matter of a swift wedding.
Deceiving Colin is one thing, but being at close quarters with his mother, trust she knows when she's being managed.
Enjoyed riding above all else, my lady.
Please, you must call me Violet. Have you travelled at all beyond England, Miss Thompson?
I believe a honeymoon in foreign parts would be just the thing. If you choose to marry sooner rather than later.
I believe a lengthier engagement would be prudent. Excellent weather notwithstanding.
My sister Daphne's embroidery. In all honesty, it is like a battlefield.
Oh dear, what can the matter be? He promised to buy me a bunch of blue ribbons.
Might I have a word?
Oh, of course.
It's a rather delicate matter. I wish I did not have cause to raise it.
So this is something about Marina?
Her heart belongs to another. He's a first son, a soldier. They grew up in neighbouring properties in the country.
Do you think that I would care if she had fond feelings for another before we met?
Marina loves this man. She loves him still.
And yet she's marrying me.
Have we moved the party to the corridor?
The further I get from that pianoforte, the more like a party it feels. This is my brother. He was odious at dinner. I apologise.
My own father does not want me. Even the Featheringtons cannot wait to be rid of me. Even your mother is just being polite.
That is not true. Marina, we shall make our own family, you and me.
I wish we could be married this very minute. I would never have to leave your arms.
Oh my God, I really like her.
We could be married within a matter of days. We just have to make it to the border. By then it would be too late. We would be married. We would be together.
I love it. I love you.
I shall arrange everything.
Daphne, you're very low-key this episode. It's fine. You're in the honeymoon.
Would you care to break your fast with me?
I'm sorry, my love. The farmer in the village is right.
Is that not the steward's job?
They are my tenants, my people. The responsibility is mine. Please excuse me. I've been staring at these figures all morning.
You know, I mean to visit some of your tenants. I might deliver some gift baskets. And do you think we have enough for all the baskets?
I will have someone gather those on your behalf, one of the kitchen maids or the gardener. Do you intend to collect honey from the hives in person as well? If you simply tell me of your wants and needs, I will ensure everything is in order.
Faith, she despises me.
She despises everybody.
Basket from Cliveden? Mamma taught me it was tradition for the new Duchess to visit with gifts. Well, perhaps it signifies I'm high in the instep. Would you like a basket from Cliveden? There is bread and honey for the children. I feel that I have done something to offend the village.
You said that all 3 pigs won.
At the fair?
Addition that the winner is allowed to supply pork to Cliveden for the next year. You could not choose a winner. No farmer won the contract. You snubbed them.
I'll correct my mistake at once.
Damn, we gotta kill a pig.
Is everything well?
Ah, Daphne, yes, I'm simply setting up work in the East Wing.
Mrs. Coulson, do you have a moment? I'm so very grateful for your guidance, Mrs. Coulson. I fear the Duke might not be entirely at ease here at Cliveden.
His childhood was not always easy. To take care of him, to mind him as his mother would have wanted.
Of course you did. Was it not a happy marriage then?
It was strange. She kept trying long after the doctors warned her not to. It's not always the woman who is barren. Sometimes it is the man's fault, of course. A womb cannot quicken without strong, healthy seed.
Why are you not dressed? I told you we were dining with Lady Gardside this evening. She has been withholding a dinner invitation from me, and now look.
Enjoy your evening, Mama.
What are you gonna do? She's looking for the letters or the diary.
at the signature on Sir George's last letter, and this one. From many months ago. Even Mrs. Varley, they practiced George's signature, but even they could not get it perfect. George never wrote those things to you. He never denied loving you. He never denied your child.
Even if it is true, George has still not replied to my letters. I was a fool.
Ooh.
This changes nothing.
Oh, shit.
Where's your bag packed? What will you do when Colin realises the child is not his?
To live safe in the knowledge that my husband is a good and kind man.
What of him? What of Colin?
I understand, Penelope.
Objections, you're meddling. You love Colin Bridgerton.
Yes.
No, not of what you speak.
I am to be the executioner of this childish infatuation, then so be it. Colin sees you as you are and regards you no differently than he does Eloise. Must make these difficult choices for myself and for my child, even if they hurt your feelings.
I'm trying to like her.
Those people rely on me to make a living. Pertinent young lady with a right hook, like an Eastern prize fighter.
Simon.
Simon.
Clean up for dinner.
Yes.
Daphne, what you gonna do, girl?
Your Grace! How does a woman come to be with child? Explain it to me. Precisely.
Oh my God, look at that poor little...
Dear Grace, please send my great thanks to the Duke that we may rear livestock till the soil is fertile again.
You may return to the house.
I'm trying to, like, think back then.
Are you ready for bed, my dear?
I believe I am.
I think I know what she's gonna do. Oh God.
Yeah,
she's gonna do exactly what I think she's gonna do.
Did you do?
I'd hoped it was not true. How could I? You lied to me.
I did not lie.
Trusted you. Cannot and will not are two entirely different things.
Thought you understood how a child came to be.
You took my future from me.
I would have died for you. You were the one who insisted on this union.
Okay,
do you know I even felt pity for you? Your
father. Pity.
And I never asked for your betrayal. Do not lie to the one you love. You do not trick the one you love. I do know one thing. I know that is not love.
All is fair in love, and war makes us wonder if the price we pay is ever worth the power to inflict the greatest scars. Bond between man and bride is private. I have learned that a grave fraud is afoot. Miss Marina Thompson is with child. Very first day she arrived in our fair city, or at times may call for desperate measures. Perhaps she thought it her only option. Ends ever justify such wretched means?
Who told her? Well, okay. Let's talk. I have a lot of thoughts. So where should I start? Where should I start? Let's start with Daphne. So a part of me started getting upset at Daphne because I'm like, okay, Daphne, like you're so like, you're not understanding how the world works. And like, then you kept saying he's lying to you, but he's not really lying to you because he told you I can't give you children. He didn't say, I can't physically have kids. But then when she kept talking, I was like, oh, I completely understand what she's saying. And also, I have to remember, like, she's playing a young, I don't know how old she is, but she's young. She's super young. So she didn't know that when he was jumping and skipping at the end of what they were doing, that he was literally avoiding, like, trying to, you know, put that, you know, the rest of his situation in her to be a situation. So she just was like, yeah, and I guess they obviously didn't have condoms back then. So it's like, whatever, I guess I have to like keep doing that. But regardless, yeah, like I was getting upset with her for majority of the episode, but by the end, I had to keep reminding myself as the show was going on that she's a younger character, she doesn't know anything, health class is not a thing, commercials, condoms, all that stuff wasn't present at this moment. So she really didn't know what her mom didn't tell her. So if her mom didn't tell her, she would never know, and she never did that thing before. So she doesn't understand exactly what is going on. She doesn't understand what's happening to her body, or his. So there's that. I still can't understand. Well, whatever. Okay, so I still feel like she's really about herself, but she's younger, okay? So she's younger, like, everything she was doing, she has good intentions, but she just needs to grow more. You know what I mean? The Dutch. Is he called a Dutch? The Duke. We call him the Dutch, because she's the Duchess. She's not the Duke, she's the Dutch. The Duke. I actually like him. I'm just confused. Like, he doesn't really have a booty, and it's so weird. I also thought it was really, like, uncomfortable for me, because I was like, I'm not really into, like, soft porn. So, the majority of this show that I'm going to edit the holy hell out, I definitely shouldn't have a copyright by the end of this, because the majority of this show was sex, which I cannot show on YouTube. So I'm not even going to attempt to show, because YouTube most likely would block that. But yeah, the most thing I had about him was like, he doesn't have a butt. Moving right along. Then Penelope, I understood her to a point, and I'm very curious who told Whistledown that Marina, is that her name, is pregnant. That was a shock, but Marina deserves it. Okay, Penelope, like, I understood what she was going through. I have been there before. Like, so if you've been heartbroken and you're in love with somebody who just doesn't love you, the motion she was doing and the way she was acting, I understood. But Marina, if that's your name, I'm trying to like her, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't stand her. But then I understand where she's coming from, like how hard her life obviously is and has been, and the predicament she's been in, and dealing with the mother of the family, and she has a child, and she's just trying to get with somebody so they can take care of her and her kid. Like, she doesn't know where St. George is. Like, there's a lot of things going on, the reason why she's being the way she is. But it looks like Mr. Bridgerton, he found out the truth, and I don't know if he's gonna go on to be with her. I don't think the mother is going to allow it. She was this close to sealing the deal and being married to this man and being set, but the cat's out of the bag. Now, the only person I could think of that could be Lady Whistledown, is it Whistleton or Whistledown or Down? Whistledown, is it that? Is the Bridgerton daughter or something. Like, how did she find out? I hope that we get to know more. I kind of like the mystery of this writer. I don't want to know who it is. I feel like that brings a little spice to the show, not knowing exactly who the writer is. But my thoughts and processes are starting to eliminate people, and it makes me wonder who it is. But regardless, I would give this episode an 8. It's not the strongest episode. I think it just deals with the sex and me being very uncomfortable. I did hear this show has a lot of sex in it, but I was like super uncomfortable with this episode, and the last episode, which we could watch again, guys. Don't forget, YouTube channel members, you guys can even comment you know, underneath the links that I post for full, under the full reactions, if you want me to just rewatch the episode 5 where they started doing the sex scene thing. I was uncomfortable then too. So definitely let me know, as well as Patreon members. But regardless, guys, I would give this an 8. It wasn't the strongest episode, but I did enjoy it. I was wishing for more impact, more punch, more pulls, more stuff to be screaming and crying about, but we didn't really have that. But we definitely have a setup for the ending of this season, and I am with it. I am with the shits. I am with the giggles, honey. Just give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. With that being said, please like this video. Please share this video. Don't forget to comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time with more Bridgerton. Boo.